Hey everyone, Ken here once again. Finally time to do another tutorial. I was able to find a camera that I could borrow to make these. Unfortunately this camera has a shorter viewing angle, so I'm probably going to need to move the camera left and right from time to time in order to get the entire tutorial, entire song in the frame. But if you can set that aside, let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be the tutorial for Kirby's Green Greens. I've been getting quite a few requests for this. And now that I'm finally able to get along with this, let's get started. Alright, the opening sequence, moving the camera. The opening sequence sounds as such. Alright, we're going to go ahead and slow that down. Make sure you're counting the notes. That's important to make this part sound correct. My fingers start on pinkies on G, I believe. Index is on C, thumb is on E. Make sure you're counting those notes. Alright, once again. Alright, and from there you go ahead and break into the song. I usually start the bass, sounds like, and then I actually start the melody. But for this tutorial we're just going to keep it simple. Let me go ahead and show you what the melody sounds like. Alright, let me go ahead and slow that down. I'm going to play a simple bass so that you can get the timing. Once again. Alright, I'll slow that down once again so that way you're focusing on the actual melody. Turn up the volume a little bit. Alright, the next part is very similar, but it's really the bass notes that are going to change if you want to listen again. That's the first part. Alright, let me slow that down. It's just like the first part, but then that little influx right there happens when you change the bass notes over here. So altogether it would sound like, oops, my bad. Alright, so again, most of y'all are going to be starting with simple bass notes. Just notice the ones that I'm hitting. It's C, then F, then G, then back to C. And with that little influx, you actually go up to A, back down to G, and then you do. Alright, the next part of the song has you actually dropping down into the, wow, I don't even know what this is called, A minor, I think? Yeah. When you hear me playing the song, I usually, I'll actually drop it down. And the reason you do this is because, you know, for the next part, you're actually going to be using the C minor scale. Alright, so when you drop it down, alright, this is where you start. Alright, slowing it down. Alright, here we go. One more time. When I play the song, the next part I'll actually go ahead and play it on the higher octave, but for the tutorial purposes I'm going to go ahead and keep my hands where they were so that we maintain the fact that you can see the entire song. Alright, the next part is right when you finish at the, if I were going up I would be at, but I'm going to go ahead and play that here. Alright, once again. Now hopefully you notice that if you cut that in those two parts that I just taught you into 4 sections, first it would be, that's the first section. Second, third, fourth. You should have noticed that the first and third sections are exactly the same. Bass notes and treble notes, I guess they're called. Wow, I really should have taken music theory so I'd know what to call these things. Alright, so altogether it should sound like... Then you go ahead and start the original melody once again. If you wanted to keep playing this, when you start the original melody again, that's the loop point where you can continually play the song over and over again, moving from the original melody to that little chorus back to the original melody. Just to keep, you know, videos short and sweet, and within that 10-minute time slot that YouTube gives us, I ended my song on YouTube right there. So hopefully this gives you an idea of how to play Kirby's Green Greens. Just remember the opening sequence is fairly simple, and remember to count those notes. And make sure that you're watching what bass notes I'm hitting, and use your own music theory. You know, the chords that I'm using are a C, G, C, just like that, and go ahead, throw in your own flair, and make the song truly yours. Alright, have fun.